an explanation of the mission and rules of the human being. The 12 principles of survival thriving that we can control to improve the outcomes of human life. These are useful to make assessments of things that can be controlled and altered to improve our humanity and quality of life. Thriving requires us to be in a flow state, using the conscious brain, making decisions and choices, while applying the rules and principles of life of the human being. Overarching mission. The central nervous system has one goal, that being human survival. Ultimately, true survival is expressed by getting your genes into the next generation and raising the offspring in safety to the offspring's maturity so that this can be repeated along the way over and over. Survival is demonstrated by making conscious and or unconscious decisions that lead to actions that maintain the organisms in the immediacy. Unconscious decisions and actions do not consider the far future, only the immediate threat or stimuli in front of it now. Parts of the central nervous system, however, can see the future and make decisions on how to use resources to get to that future. Thus, it is part of our mission to engage those parts of the brain more than just the primal brain and to make better decisions. Because the human is multi-layered and complicated, we have rules and principles that must be applied to bend energy and time and space to bring consciousness into being and produce survival. These rules and principles help us function at an optimum level and will be explained below. Rules. A. Everything is the brain. All symptoms and sensations you can observe, excluding immediate trauma, are done to you on purpose by the brain as the alternate is worse. The alternate is always something like death. At least, this is how it starts initially. Plasticity can create issues that perpetuate loops of negativity. B. Everything is in some way, shape, or form a resource management issue. C. Everything is affected by the quality of your sleep. If you don't sleep, you don't heal. D. Everything is affected by breathing. If you don't breathe well, you don't gas exchange carbon dioxide with oxygen, you don't heal. The 12 principles, 11 S's and 1 D. 1. Sleep. Sleep is essential for life. Sleep affects our mental and physical health, which ultimately will determine our capacity to bend time and space to maintain consciousness. Sleep affects everyone and has many myths about it. Humans require a minimum amount to survive or not die, but much more and especially better quality sleep is required to thrive. Under this silo, we will discuss many of the principles and myths about sleep and how to get better quality sleep. 2. Stillness and flow state. Being in the moment has been documented to enhance wellness and longevity in every cultural tradition and comes under many names. Mindfulness, meditation, wow, and homeostasis are just examples. Being in the moment is essential for decreasing stress and allowing better thinking. Actions that allow flow state moments help resilience and decrease oxidative stress in the body. The point of stillness is more trying to get there as against being there. Under this silo, we're going to talk about and teach principles to improve your flow state. 3. Sunshine, not just for vitamin D. Human beings are a solar panel, and skin contact with sunlight is essential for many parts of human health. There is limited amounts that we get from food that we consume, and only vitamin D is provided from a supplement, and does not necessarily fix the amount of light exposure that we actually require to function well. The light cycle is in itself, from first up in the morning to noon to dusk, essential for setting our circadian rhythms and resetting our hormonal production cycles that actually help us thrive. Sunlight is shown with vitamin D to actually improve things like anti-cancer properties and particles, and sunlight will help the integrity of the personality by stimulating the production and function of neurotransmitters. The requirement drives humans outside to interact with the environment, the air, the water, and the dirt. This engages us with exogenous chemicals and particles, including bacteria, fungus, and viri. We will discuss many of these parts and principles, how much sun is essential for us, how to get the right sort of sun exposure, and why not to burn. 4. Sustenance or nourishment. In all of its forms, this equates to food, water, and dietary input. However, sustenance and nourishment also includes things like touch and love, which we'll talk about in some of the other rules as well. It includes methods of eating and foods to consume for growth and not just survival. Some foods may cause issues and negative responses in human beings, such as allergies, inflammation, or food sensitivities. We will discuss these things under this silo. Starvation, the anti-food phenomenon. In this silo, we're going to look at diets such as fasting or time-restricted eating and autophagy, how these help us grow and heal, when they can be harmful, and how to introduce and monitor them without harm, which biomarkers to monitor to determine the best states of health and well-being. 6. Socialization or sex. This silo includes the individual, the family, the group, the tribe, nation states, the touch, the interaction, physicality, mentality of that moment. While not commonly spoken about, there are humans out there without sex, socialization, or touch. We are not just looking at the action by itself, but also connection and intimacy, which is so essential for helping humans be their best selves. Sex in of itself equates to immortality. Sex is the transfer of data across time, and this includes that which is hardwired into your body through your experiences into the DNA, and also from things like viromes and viruses that we pick up along the way. Sex also looks at the biome as a transfer of information, energy, and chemicals by your passages to both you and to other bacteria in the biome, and these are essential for your longevity. 7. Supplements. Input to resource the body when necessary and to enhance a good diet. Supplements can help with repair and biochemical function. They can bypass blockages or enhance a pathway that is slow, help with energy production and detoxification. Supplements are a lot more than that, though. Supplements are to maintain normal optimal function and not superseding an upper maximum limit and creating superhumans. They just can't do it. Very few supplements, however, live up to the overhyped magic portrayed by sales marketing teams, promising that you'll live forever. We need to focus on optimal human function, not the possible benefits that may be true, and keep ourselves grounded in reality. We will discuss, research, and look at better supplementary options and what's essential for health and well-being. 8. Strength. This silo will consider both mental and physical capacity. It includes exercises and actions to enhance resilience and grow a more opti-human. We need both cardiovascular and muscle building activity to enhance brain function. The quality of your muscle mass directly impacts the integration of your brain into your body. They function in a loop that can clearly show that as humans lose tone in our muscles, we also lose brain cells and the equivalent of central nervous system computing power. We know from studies that biomarkers such as grip strength provide correlation with longevity or the chance of dying early. Cardiovascular fitness correlates to a degree with brain and tissue oxygenation, which if low leads to oxidative stress and cellular death. Physical activity directly correlates with brain integration, and we will discuss how to improve these factors to enhance your optimal self long term. 9. Stress or stimuli. Stress is essential for life. Without it, we actually die, but too much stress or stimuli can be a bad thing. In this silo, we will discuss what stress means, steps to learn to manage it better, the biochemistry of the HPA or hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, and other concepts around stress and health and well-being. 10. Schooling or education. Learning is imperative to human ingenuity. The ability to transfer memes, to transfer data across the ages into the future is essential for our well-being. We will discuss if education is currently fit for purpose. We'll discuss different learning styles through time and how to enhance your educational capacity. 11. Sweating. Detoxification, in other words. Sweating is an essential state for the body to be in to remove toxins through the skin. It also offloads heat and is part of the daily cleansing cycle. Humans must break down toxins and remove them to maintain wellness and integrate consciousness. Toxin buildup can affect cognitive integration as well as damage organs and tissues. This silo will discuss forms of detoxification, action steps you can do to improve it, the ins and outs of the biochemistry of detoxification, and current concepts including what's hot and what's not in the detoxification realms. 12. The 1D. Data. This silo will include information measurement, big data sets, blood testing, DNA testing and fecal samples, amongst many more areas. The more accurate and regular the data collection, the better able we are to determine the issue or predict future health trends in ourselves and in our society. Current medical models are not fit for purpose. It looks for, are you in the range, or will you die immediately? And this is not appropriate for optimal health. We want to know where on the continuum you are and what we can do to improve upon it.
Want to know more? Discover the profound insights of the 12S and 1D philosophy through our exclusive courses. At OptiHuman, we provide a unique journey into understanding the mission and rules of the human being. Visit us now at optihuman.com.au.